Hello Scorpio, and welcome to your February reading. So I've meditated on your cards and laid down the first layer and for your general, and after that I'm going to do a little bonus love reading because it is February, and that I will use the Lenormand. So let's start. The first card that came out, what Spirit wants to talk to you about this month, Scorpio. The first card I have is the King of Wands. King of Wands. This is mastering what we want to manifest, what we want to go get, what we want to plant and invest, and all of that. So you're starting with this kind of idea of what you want to make be. After that, I have the King of Cups. Well, that's you. That's your masculine. I have the Moon and I have the Fool. So that it's almost like this is what I want to manifest, and I am going to go deep within and look at what prevents me for it, what I'm unconscious about in this situation. I'm gonna go master my deep waters, my deep unconscious waters, in order to start anew with my aspirations and no old baggage. And after that, I have the Seven of Wands. Now the Seven of Wands, it's like I grab that wand, this is what I want to manifest, and now after this process I am on top of the mountain and I am not backing down, even if contrary or contradictory or people are against it, or even parts of myself are fighting against it. I am not going back down where I was. There's a clear will and active process here. Under your King of Wands, I have the Lovers. So that decision that it took, because the Wands is also decisions. This is, yes, this is what I want. This is where I'm going for. The Lovers is a decision, but it tells me that your King of Wands is making an inspired decision. A decision inspired by the angel here, by higher than him, in order to manifest consciously. Look at all the flames of consciousness that are lit here. And here is the tree of knowledge and the tree of life here. Look at all the fruits. It is a decision that is not a decision of the devil, of a slavery thinking. It is of a growth and inspiring, from an inspiring growth place. Oh my God. Okay. Bon. Then I'm just gonna go pick under the cat, and there it is, hiding under the belly, the High Priestess. So see all of this, what you're going to do with your King of Cups under the Moon. It's a spiritual process. It is the understanding in that part that is connected to our soul, in silence. This is where it's happening. And after that, I have the Page of Wands. So here we have two characters that are holding the wand that was initiated by the king. Yes, this is my will that I want to create, and there I am grabbing it, here I am defending it. Under our decision and our king, I have the Princess of Sword. So the Princess of Sword, she's got this inquiry, learning about something, reading about something. I got an understanding of something and now I am trying it. And that is from that knowledge, new knowledge, that my will aligned itself to manifest that. And it was an inspired thing, like I was saying. Here under our High Priestess and the work under the moon that is being done, I have the Three of Pentacles. So it's all about, what do I want to build? Oh, that's going to be much easier now. I love my cat, but he can be annoying. Okay, so under our High Priestess, we have the Three of Pentacles, like I was saying. Now the Three of Pentacles, they're building, they are creating something. It is three people that are working together in order to build. So here we can see it as being inspired into, what do you want your reality to take the shape of? What do you want to build? What do you want it to look like at the end? And are going to put the energy and the efforts towards it. Because that's what it is. One has a plan, the architect. The other one will actually finance it, the priest. And it is for him. It is in his idea. And the other one is the craftsman, the one that is actually going to make the physical efforts to build it. These are all parts of us. When we have an idea of something that we want to do, these three aspects of us are going to have to take part into giving it a shape. It can also be teamwork and things like that, but here I think it is internal work that you are doing. And this is like letting yourself be inspired by higher than you into what you're going to put your energies into. What is my life going to look like? What is my reality going to look like? Where am I going to invest my time and energy and my planification here? Under our one that we don't want to let go, that we are walking with, this new matter, this new willpower of doing things, this provokes a Ten of Swords. So that means there's that moment, there's that consciousness of the way we were doing things before really hurt us. And this is when we see that we are not taking any more than that. That's it. But we still have the Two of Pentacles there. And that tells me that even if we are conscious of this, maybe some of you will have a hard time letting it go. Even if you're willing to fight for your new position, you're walking with it, like, no, this is what I want to live, this is what I want to let go. I'm not going back there, but at the same time, you'll have to let it go. If you see at the end of the month that you still have the tendency maybe to go back into an old pattern, look at the price you truly paid for that pattern, what you got out of it, what it did to you, so that you can really funnel that new abundance that wants to come into your life and cut the loop, cut the pattern, center yourself, so you can start receiving on that vibration, on that new vibration. Bottom of the deck, I have the Eight of Cups, so that tells me it is leaving a situation behind. It is that moment we understand that no, there is more, that I can be fulfilled on a higher level. And I am going and I am taking that quest. And this is the decision you're making here, which is an inspired decision. You are doing the inner work into what your reality's shape is going to be taken. And this, from that decision, you need to hold it on all the way. So let's clarify this. I call upon the divine. I call upon the Holy Spirit. I call upon the light. I call upon my guides. For Scorpios, Scorpios. So you're making a change this month. There's a movement and there's a change happening. Okay. For some of you, it can even be a real movement, like changing spaces. And for some of you, it is more of a inner work, changing spaces internally, spiritually. King of Wands, tell me, Spirit. King of Wands for Scorpio. Call upon my guides. Call upon my Knight of Cups. Yeah, this is about bringing your heart. And see, I have the moon again. The Knight of Cups is following his heart. And when we follow our heart, if we are elevated, it's like following the will of our soul, you know. If there are issues in our moon, old fears and things like that, then that is what is, because the moon influences the water, you know. And water is information. Information is vibration. So from our experiences, from our beliefs, from all of that. So walking with your cup in front of you, like this would be your compass, you know. Either it is inspired or it is influenced and unconscious. So here you're hitting right away the moon by starting to follow what your heart desire is, in a way. So show me the moon, Spirit. Moon, King of Cups. King of Cups, moon, moon, King of Cups. Okay, so it's really directly linked. And since the King of Cups has mastered the cups, this is really going within. And see, there's that new will, that fire. You're going within, you're facing your moon, you're facing your unconscious, your darkness, Scorpio. And you are stabilizing these emotions. You are mastering your cups. King of Cups with the moon. And that Fool here, it's that new spark, that new passion. This is like, you know, oh my God, yes, this is where I want to go. This is what I want to do. I'm going to face my fears, but master them into that new venture. And I am optimistic about it. 7 of Wands. Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. Okay. So, 4 of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. Now, this is like, because the 7 of Wands, it's that when the willpower, it's mind over matter almost, okay? In a sense of that we've got that new passion, that new wand in our hand, that new will, and we're not backing down. And we're not backing down. Four of Pentacles. I am, there's a part where I am saving my energies. I am not spending them, even if people are going to ask for my energy. The Four of Cups came out reverse there, but it is that energy where, because here we know there's an extra cup somewhere else that we haven't tasted and that we know that we need, and here we can't see it, but I think that you can see it now at the end of the month. You are not missing an opportunity to go higher. You are not going to spread yourself thin either. If for some of you this needs an investment, like a physical investment, this is like keeping our money to be able to, like saving, to be able to get what we actually want, even if not everybody agrees. But always be careful in case that Four of Cups. Don't lose hope and open your mind that there is something better out there for you. Don't miss the opportunities. And that means open your mind. No, you don't want to go back to where you were before, but it asks you to open your mind to maybe something different that you haven't thought about. Let's look at the Lovers. Lovers for Scorpio. Lovers for Scorpio. Oh, here's our Ten of Swords again. And here's the Five of Swords. And so this is like a battle. Five of Swords. The fives are, and here's our Ace of Wands again. So there's that new flame that you feel inside of you at the beginning of the month. That's for sure. There it is. There you're represented as the King of Wands, and you're going to make efforts to actually go and manifest that new ace that you feel inside of you. And you're the Lovers here, you're making that inspired decision because it's almost like, for some of you, there's no more choice kind of thing. There's this because the five, it's that over mental activity also, in the sense that how can I win? How can I win this? And we have to look at if it's a question of winning or not first, because in our pain, in our because Ten of Swords is hard to live, but it is the end of a cycle, the end of the way of seeing things, of how maybe you could have hurt yourself, or even, be honest with yourself if you haven't hurt others in your process also of learning this. With the Lovers, there's an understanding after being screwed for so long for some of you, and it's like, no, I'm not going back there. You're not going back there, but you have to open your mind to what else can be out there. See, there's kind of a switch thing, but you definitely went through your dark night of the soul, and the thing is not to carry it with you, but to really let it go. Five of Swords and Ten of Swords is not an obvious energy here, and it is from that energy that you are elevating yourself through the decision to follow this new will. Show me the High Priestess. Ooh, Seven of Swords. King of Swords. Yes, there's really a need to master the mind. Master the swords. Is a double blade. There were decisions made. There were actions made by others that made you feel completely betrayed, maybe. But that energy, you need to really transform it. It is in the High Priestess here, Seven of Swords. Do you let things disempower you, or do you outwit the situation? Seven is, there's a lesson behind it of what, removing what could hurt us in a way. Princess of Wands. Princess of Wands, we have that Seven of Wands again. And we have the Eight of Swords and the Three of Swords. This is like, I don't want to go back to the disappointments and the hurts that I had, where I felt stuck in that, reliving this all the time. I am not going back there. And this is kind of clear inside of you. But that means that you have to let go of it if you don't want to go back there. Princess of Sword. Queen of Sword. So the Queen of Swords, she, and here I have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Swords, all of those 10 swords, 8 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 7 of Swords. She went through it. And that made her the no bullshit queen. That's for sure. Through her understanding, nothing less will pass. I am not going back to the situation I had before. I am not struggling anymore. I am not living off of discontenting emotions anymore. But in order to gain that, even if you have that new will inside of you, you need to actually transform these past pains and betrayals and all of that, not as something that you repass within yourself all the time, but that you actually transform them into wisdom and leave them behind. Only keep the truth of what you have learned from that. And that will be the sword that will be protecting you in the future. Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles. All right. Six of Pentacles. And here is the truth. I'm glad. There it is. You get it. You understand all of that. Here in the middle of the month. And there is this recognition. For some of you, it's at work also. Because here it is recognition at work. Success. Oh my God, we see now what you can do. For others of you, it's that recognition of yourself when it comes to what you want to build. It's a balanced ego. It's coming back from war and having learned the lessons. Because this is a lot of war. Mental war. But you get it. Ace of Sword. Now here are 10 of Sword and our 2 of Pentacles. Why is the 2 of Pentacles here? Are they out of the 2 of Pentacles? Because you should be out of the Two of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords and the Six of Wands. You shouldn't be holding on to past things and having your emotions up and down again. Because you just said you're not going back there. Eight of... here's our King of Swords. Eight of Pentacles. So this is mastering in a way how you're going to do things then. Eight of Pentacles, we have mastered a way of doing things and we're seeing the results out of it. So Two of Pentacles, there's an old way of doing things and a new way of doing things. When we're talking about work here, that's a change of work that is happening here, because we felt a total betrayal in where we were working before, where there was disappointments. It was like a dead-end thing. We were outmaneuvered by people and things like that. Some of you, it's going to be on that level. Others of you, it's more on a romantic level. And others of you, it's just that part of us that does that to ourselves and allows it from outside of us. Here, there's like the King of Swords. King of Swords can cut out and see clearly with that understanding that is mastered in his hand here. So it is all about the way maybe you used to do things would bring you emotional ups and downs and mental anguish and betrayal. But now there's like this new way, and that's why the Ten of Swords is there, end of the cycle. This is going to affect the way you think a lot. Show me that Ten of Swords. Oh, Ace of Cups. That's great. It's a decision. Yeah. So, Ace of Cups. That tells me that there is a healing happening. See, when you decide to follow your heart and you're working on it and you're here, are you going to go back to being closed to the possibilities and not seeing Four of Cups, the love that can be there for you? No, I don't want to go back there. That's what you're saying. I've got a new way now. I don't want to go back to feeling my disappointments and my heart aches and not seeing what will be my next move, being stuck in my mind, in my head. There, I get that Ace of Cups now, because I'm making the decision of from what I've used to invest in, and that I could see now the fruits that were coming out of it, even if they weren't ripe. But that was how my daily life was. Brought me disappointment and sorrow here. Now I am making the decision. That was my old way. Now I am getting out of my comfort zone, even if my comfort zone wasn't really comfortable. But I'm getting out of my comfort zone with that new Ace of Wands. And I can do it because I can grab that cup there. That cup is there for me. And that was all part of a big healing that you are going to go through in the month of February. It's part of the mastering of the waters, experiences of life. This is Archangel Michael. You are destroying a negative thinking pattern that you had. And it's almost like whatever it was for you, outside of you or inside of you, but you are destroying it, and very fiercely, very no matter what, I'm not going back down there kind of thing, which is very good. So an inspired decision, or how could we let's call it, I am not going back there. Some of you, by reading this, you will understand. So yeah, because that's the feeling I get, you know. So I'm not going back there. That's what you're gonna see. 10 of Swords, finish for you. Yeah. Okay, now love. And this is very interesting because love is like a beautiful message for you, especially since you're going through this in the month of February. The first card I got was the garden. Now the garden is where we gather with people, where we meet people, our friends, our family, the mirrors in our life. The garden is that space where we commute with people. We connect, sorry, with people. Then I got the bouquet. And the bouquet is that beautiful energy of positiveness, of the sweetness of life, the flowers of life, let's say. You know, when we offer a bouquet to somebody, it is that beautiful energy behind it. So there's that charming of life and beauty in the connections and where you meet. The moon is that new recognition. The bouquet and the garden came together. They pulled out together. So it's really bringing sweetness in the connections that we have, the people we will meet, and things like that. The moon is that recognition, aspiration, and things like that. There's a recognition happening, and then I have the tree, the tree, which is slow growth. So the energy you're going to put in your meetings of other people, if you come with the energy of the bouquet, which is beauty, fragrance, it's, you know, a bouquet has all the 5 senses that are enhanced and beautiful. You look at them, you smell them, it has texture, you can touch it in your hands. Some parts you can eat even, you know, like the americalis and things like that. So but all on a positive, beautiful sense. A recognition, there's that recognition happening, and it is going to make something grow solidly and positively. Bottom of the deck, I have the key. This is, they are giving you the key to have what you desire for love. This is the key, to have something that will grow slowly but surely. The tree again has all the elements. It is air, fire, earth, and water in the tree. So, and it is life itself. This is a beautiful key. This is a beautiful lesson of life, of how to bring yourself to life. And this is probably part of that new wand, is that new will and understanding of this. And no, you don't want to go back, because this is the key to change your circumstances and your vibration. It is going to be a decision for you to follow that or not, but you don't want to go back there. And that you have it twice. I'm defending this. I am not going back there. So for Valentine's Day, Spirit gave you the key to have something strong and growing and filled with recognition and inspiration. So on this, my beautiful Scorpios, I'm gonna send you all my love and light. And thank you for your comments. I read them all, sharing the videos to grow the channel, thumbs up and all of that, subscribing, of course. Thank you also for the ones of you that send donations every month. On the new and the full moon, I send back to you through a ceremony. For private readings, description below. And on that, I'm going to wish you a blessed month of February. Happy Valentine's Day. And I'll see you next month. All right? Bye-bye.